See, when they say we all black, they really mean we want what you got.
That's what they mean.
They don't want the burden.
They don't want the burden.
Just the brand.
It's the brand.
They ain't lost.
Come on.
They just fly.
Let's talk.
They chant the motherland, but don't walk in watts. Ain't no customs fee when they gentrify plots. Got tribal cloth, but no cloth in the street. That ain't black pride, that's cosplay elite. You got heritage yet, mimic God's strain. Sip our slang, then drip this stain. You dance to why pain, then ghost the struggle. Where you go, double dust the trauma, then claim the muscle. Nah, we bled in the palace while you bought a seat. Running, now you keyboard king, claiming the heat. But trauma ain't tweetable. Ask the trees, ask the river boats, ask the southern breeze. They want our change, but not our wounds. Never that. Want our rhythm, not our tunes. We bled the bill, what they broadcast, built that. Now they echo, but never ask who made it. They call us lost, now we cast the map. We drew it. You found your black when the plane unpacked. Touchdown. Respect the rules, so stay off the tree, stay off it. Not every struggle's buy one, get one free. Real talk, yeah.
Real talk.
In Africa, where the favor at? Well, no reparation, just a Twitter check. I'm good at that. No boots march, but you claim my scars. You got home flags, but one North Stars. We civil righted, yo. Visa clear. Facts. Now you trying to be blacker than pioneer. Stop playing. Our jazz, our slang, our Sunday screams. No. You colonize dreams, then sell them on streams. Remix. Trying to rename my cookout diaspora dish. LOL. But couldn't spell Selma or Bayard's wish. Name it. We got lineage woven through war and chains. You got flights back, but still want our pain. Why they want a franchise black like it's brunch? Why take the struggle, then monetize the punch? You got surnames, we got soul. You found black lady after customs roll. It's not hate, it's all real clarity. Clear line, no unity without parity. Real equality, we gave the game, now they sell the glitch. And call it Afrofusion, but jack the pitch. Remix, no kinfolk if you ghost the campaign. No brother if your claim came with a plane. Nah, we died nameless, you fly flag rich. Why do you wanna be black when it's needs? Just saying. They want Ania, but not Anina. Angela, not our subpoenas. Got choice, but use our chain. They mocked it like they forged our name. Disrespectful, call us lost. We the GPS, not the trap, the map success. Rome built. You got roots, cool, stay in the garden. Stop trying to pick from a tree. You ain't water, cultivate yours. Y'all want black like a brand, no depth. We live in marching, morning rep. They was Korean till black got clout. Now they out here trying to change their route. Rebrand. Your pain's real, but it ain't ours. Respectfully, don't remix grief just to chase the applause. Nah, we ain't kidding if you question our cause. Your black is borrowed, ours paid and lost. Deep cut. We not your costume, not your head lift, no skit.
We about to get started in just a minute, y'all. Go ahead, do me a favor, run and get the lights up. Let's start early with the lights. I know it's a slow day on TikTok, but let's try to get on the For You page anyway. Let's get the lights up.
Just say who you are.
Just say who you are.
You don't need our scars to prove your power. You got roots.
Let's get to it.
Why harvest stars?
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it, y'all. So yeah, man, we're gonna continue the series, man. It's episode 2, part 3. We're gonna go ahead and continue the series. We're gonna get more into the organized crime bit of it. I talked a little bit about it in the last episode, but we're gonna get to it, family. Give me 1 second, bring up my notes here, and we're gonna start talking about it, man. Because I'm still here making the claim that there's no way anybody should ever formulate their mouth and say black crime. There is no such thing as black crime. Black crime is a myth. And, you know, really, it's getting to the point where I don't care, you know, people are just showing their ignorance. You know, the trolls come up here, they start using the hard R. You know, then you got all type. You got tethers. You got these reservation bandits. I mean, all of them come up here and they have no scholarship, y'all. They have no proof backing up what they're saying. They're just using the I'm YT and I say so. And we're debunking all that. We're debunking all that. All of it. Not some of it, all of it. We're debunking all of it. So we about to get into it, family. We about to get into it. We are definitely about to get into it. And I actually want to back it up a little bit. So I might go over some things that I went over last time, if y'all been paying attention to the series. Y'all go back and check out the series that's on YouTube. We start out here on TikTok, and we transfer everything over to the YouTube sector. So let's get to it. We're going to talk about the small hat syndicates, prohibition, the Rothstein, the 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie, the 𝗤𝗂𝐺𝗂, and the business of crime. You know, you're talking about Benny Siegel. You know, the okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, but we're going to talk about the business of crime. Now we're talking around. You know, we went from the early 1800s to the late 1800s. We're in the early 1900s now, family. We're in the 1910s, 1920s, on into the 1930s, okay? When the Black Hand was still carving up New York's back streets, a new network was quietly forming in the shadows, right? Not Sicilian this time, but Eastern European. They were tailors, bankers, musicians, immigrants running from pogroms and persecutions, okay? But America offered little mercy, and poverty and discrimination followed them too. And where there's poverty, there's always an underground economy. I want you to understand that. Where there's poverty, there's always an underground economy. So we talked about the Black Hand, the La Cosa Nostra. But now, what's up, Keena? Now we're getting into the tailors, the bankers. Anybody ever seen that movie, The Extraordinary Gentleman? Anybody ever seen that movie where the tailors and it was like a secret underground racket going on? I'll just say it like that. Secret underground spy, and it had something to do with the tailors. We're getting into that now. The secret society of the tailors, the bakers, the musicians, the accountants, the bankers. All this started, family, all around the early 1900s. They started flooding the zone here in the United States. And it all started where? In the 5 Points, family. The 5 Points. So these men didn't build gangs the way Sicilians did. They built businesses. They studied finance, gambling odds, and supply chains before the word supply chain even existed, family. Before it even existed. When the 1920s Prohibition Act outlawed alcohol, the door to the biggest black market in U.S. history blew wide open, and they walked straight through. Arnold Rothstein, the first modern crime investor. Think about that. Who would think that you could invest in crime? Who would think that you could invest in crime? Remember the premise, family, of everything I'm saying. Black people were not involved, and immigrants brought in the crime. Immigrants, see, they want you to believe that these immigrants came under the guise of "We built America." Shout out to Foundational. Y'all go follow Foundational American. Y'all go follow Bay. Y'all go follow Martial Law. Y'all go follow those 3 pages, man. Did y'all see the video of my brother Foundational, how he broke down when he said immigrants built what? When immigrants first came here, flooding the zone in the early 1900s, they were looking around in awe, family, in awe of the buildings, of the things that we had here already built. Black Americans built America, family. Immigrants never built America. I like what my brother Foundational said. Shout out to Foundation. He said, just because you add a little seasoning, don't mean that you made the food. These immigrants came in, and what they brought with them was a racketeering and crime ring unbeknownst to America we have ever seen. Arnold Rothstein wasn't just a gangster. He was the blueprint for Wall Street corruption. He financed the 1919 World Series fix, family, turning sports into his first laundromat. Talk about laundering money. Talk about scam of the century. This brother rigged the 1919 World Series. He treated crime like venture capitalism. He invested in bootlegging. He invested in narcotics. He invested in gambling and real estate, family. Real estate. Rothstein built networks that linked Sicilians, Irish, and small hat crews into one economic machine. And you know Rothstein was a small hat, right? And he had a nickname. They called Rothstein the Brain. They called him the Brain. America called him controversial, not a criminal. Think about that. Think about that, family. America called this guy controversial, but he wasn't called a criminal. This brother was the brain. He was the mastermind behind every organized crime and gang you can think of. When they needed to run a play and they wanted to make money, they talked to the brain. They talked to the brain. He wore tuxedos, not gang colors, not Bloods, not Crips. He wore tuxedos, family. He bought politicians instead of bribing cops in alleys. He went above the. Listen, the Sicilians were the Italian mafia, the Irish. They had the cops in their back pocket. This brother was buying the politicians. This brother was running the judges, family. This brother had the attorneys in his back pocket. Hear me what I'm telling you. Listen, America's never seen nothing like this. Listen, when them Ellis Islanders came in, when them Eastern Europeans flooded the zone, family, they brought all their banking, their union, their racketeering. They brought all their scams and schemes with them, family, and unleashed them on the people in the Americas. Unleashed them on us. And when newspapers wrote about him, family, they called him the Gambler King, not the Menace. Think about that. This brother was straight up white collar crime, straight up criminal. But I want you to understand, family, crime plus class equals forgiveness, family. When it comes to us, we're the Minister Society. We're the thugs, right? Black crime, ghettos, the neighborhood. We move in the neighborhood, the property value goes down, redlining. But when it comes to these Eastern Europeans, when it comes to these small hat syndicates, when it comes to the brain, Oh, he's a venture capitalist. When he's fixing the World Series, oh, he's just controversial. Family, think about that. Think about that, family. Now let's talk about Mayor Lansky and 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie from Brooklyn to Las Vegas. Lansky was the mob's accountant. Let's talk about these accountants, man. Never trust. Let me give you a secret. If you're with an accountant longer than 2 years, be very careful. He's probably taking money out your pocket. He's probably stealing. Be very careful with these accountants. Meyer Lansky, the mob's accountant, was Rothstein's student. He learned how to move money invisibly, setting up offshore accounts before offshore, family. They didn't even have a name for it yet, family. These immigrants were doing crime that they didn't even have a name for the crime in the books. I want you to understand, family, that all these immigrants are good at scamming and scheming. They are the king. They are the prince of scams. It never started with no. We are nuns. Let me say it again. Black Americans are nuns compared to the scams and the network that these immigrants were setting up, family. We were nuns compared to them, family. I want you to understand. They want to blame us for everything, but they forget to point the finger at themselves. They didn't even have a name for what this brother was doing. Before there was offshore accounts, before there was even the lingo of offshore accounts, they had to make it a crime, family, because they knew what they were making so much money doing it. He understood the psychology of perception. He dressed sharp. He talked quiet. He keep cops close. His partner, the partner of Meyer Lansky, was 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘂𝘁𝗀𝗂𝗶cie Hosting. 𝗥𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀 was the muscle and the charisma. Handsome, violent, ambitious. Together, they transformed the mob crime into corporate enterprise. They took the black hand from the back street straight to the corporate room. They got the gangsters to stop dressing, looking like criminals, to dressing like businessmen, wise guys, hanging around playing pool with 3-piece suits on, very well tailored. They understood perception. They understood perception. They founded the gambling rings, the drug pipelines, and the foundations of Las Vegas itself. Uh-oh. Is Las Vegas still ran like that today? Uh-oh. Literal cities built on vice, blessed by banks. America didn't call it terrorism. It called it enterprise. See how that works, family? See, by the time we start catching up and doing some of the things that they're doing, it's already outlawed. But they got to do it unencumbered 5, 10, 15 years. They got to build their freaking enterprise, their empire on bootlegging, on gambling, on racketeering, on bank fraud, on money laundering, on rigging, on gambling rigs, just straight up cheating. No black American can do half of what these criminals did, these immigrants did, and get away with it. I'm just breaking it down, family. Whenever they try to tell you that black Americans are the face of crime, they're lying. They're just flat out lying, and they're flat out gaslighting you. It's just what it is. We were never the face of crime. The propaganda and witchcraft that they put out into the universe, that's what made us the face of crime. We're innocent on all accounts. We're innocent on. I don't want to hear nobody talk about Chicago. No. Yeah, let's talk about Chicago. Let's talk about Chicago when the mafia was running things. Okay? Prohibition equal privilege, family. While the government was jailing black bartenders and jazz musicians for serving drinks in Harlem speakeasies, right? Bootleggers like Capone and Luciano were getting richer by the hour. They had fleets, family, fleets of trucks, private distilleries, police protection, and legal loopholes. Think about this, family. During Prohibition, do you think the politicians weren't drinking? I want you to ask yourself that question, family. Think about this. During Prohibition, do you think the politicians were not able to drink liquor or get access to alcohol? Just use some common sense. Of course they were. Of course it was prohibition for everybody else, but it wasn't prohibition for the extremely wealthy and the rich and the connected ones and the politicians. The FBA reality, family, it was sold a bottle. If we sold a bottle, we were arrested. If they sold 1,000, they bought a senator. That's not capitalism, family. That's selective morality. They had selective morality when it came to us, family. I want you to understand that. They had selective morality when it came to us. That's the sad part, family. Everybody else was allowed to get this head start. We were held back at the gate. Everybody else was allowed to practice degeneracy. We didn't practice any degeneracy, and we got blamed for it. All your grapes. Go back to Kill a Mockingbird, family. Look how they did black people in To Kill a Mockingbird, family. Black Americans. They do all the degenerate stuff, and we become their scapegoat. Shout out to Auntie Jenny. How you doing, Auntie Jenny? It's been a long time. We become their scapegoat. We're always the scapegoat of the world, family. Black Americans have always been the scapegoat. See, here's the thing. When I hear immigrants coming to America looking down on black Americans, I don't even get mad no more, family, because I know that, it's like this, they're living in a fantasy world. They're living in a fantasy world where they think they can look down on the very people that built this country and were the moral fiber of this country. And we still are the moral fiber of America even today. They call us arrogant. Think about that, family. They call us arrogant. They call us full of pride, very prideful people. And we might be a snippet of arrogant, and we might be proud in a sense. But we got reason to be proud, family, because we actually built this thing. If it wasn't for the efforts of foundational black Americans, there would be no immigrants in this country. No black immigrants, that's for sure. There'd be no black immigrants. We understood that the reason why they needed to bring in an influx of YT, Eastern Europeans to this country, Irish, German, Poland. The reason why they needed to bring this influx of YT immigrants into this country was because we were always the majority. We breeded, family. Listen, family. When foundational black Americans are left alone, we were 80% of us was married and had families. And you know what that meant? That meant that our population was going to grow bigger than the dominant society's population. The dominant society right now, they're down bad, family. They got negative birth rates. Negative birth rates. Family, all we got to do is keep existing, keep holding on, and by default, we're going to win this thing. By default, we're going to run this country. By default, the country is going to come back to its original inhabitants, which is foundational Black Americans. That's what's going to happen. That's just a fact. We've always been the majority in this country, and we still are ethnically. Ethnically, we are the majority in this country. If you just look at Black Americans, only Black Americans, there's about 50 million Black. I'm not talking about the Caribbeans. I'm not talking about I'm talking about just Black Americans, the real Black Americans, the foundational Black Americans. We are the majority in this country. 50 million of us, 45 million German Americans, 36 million Mexican Americans, 24 million Irish Americans, and 20 million English Americans. And then think about this. How many Italian Americans are there? Even less. Polish. Small hat. How many of those small hats are there? Even less. Family, we are the dominant in this. See, when you put them all together and they want it, how many Middle Easterns? Even less. How many Asians? Even less. Family, we've always been the largest ethnic group in this country. And how do they marginalize us? How do they hold us back? By utilizing something called immigration. And what they're finding out now, and what they see, it was okay. It was okay when those Eastern Europeans and those Italian gangs and the Irish and the Germans, you know, it was okay when they were thugs and criminals when they first got here. It was okay for them to commit the crime and they were allowed to commit crime and build up their empire. But the melanated ones, they don't like that. They don't like that. And guess what? Black Americans, we don't like that either. We don't like that non-FBA are allowed to come over here and bring crime, bring scams, bring schemes, bring that tribalism and their connection mentality to this country either. So that's the only thing that I can say Black Americans will agree with YT Americans on. We don't want it either. Don't care what color it is. We don't want that type of degeneracy coming over here either. Because it doesn't benefit us. Especially when they can dump it off in our community as if we're the ones doing it. We don't want that. We don't want that. Shout out to Jasmine. How you doing, Jasmine? I see you in there. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. We do not want that, family. I'm sorry. I am sorry. We never wanted that, family. We never wanted that. Family, the FBA reality is, if we sold a bottle, we were arrested. If we did any crime, we were arrested. If we did half the stuff that they did, we would be arrested, family. We were not allowed to indulge in their degenerate behavior, because if we did, we would be arrested. If they do it, they were allowed to do it, and they gave them the blind eye to it, and they were allowed to get extremely wealthy while doing it, family. That's the difference. And then, family, instead of the press labeling them super predators, instead of the press labeling them the bad guys and the bad men and the terrible men of that time, what did the press do? What did the media do? They romanticize these men. They're daring. They're ruthless. They're the modern day Robin Hoods. Even their unaliving and murders were described like movie scenes. A rain of bullets. A tragic fall of kings. They use words like this to hypnotize the nation and romanticize criminals and eventually legitimize them. What you think about that? Eventually legitimize them. Meanwhile, family, Harlem was raided weekly for liquor law enforcement. Think about that. While all these real crimes were being committed, they were rounding up black people in Harlem for liquor. Not even selling it, just for drinking it. The same music that brought joy to the nation became the excuse for surveillance. The jazz that all these YT people love today was criminalized back then, family. Think about that. The very jazz music that they love to hear, the Miles Davis, all of them, they love to just listen to the jazz. Oh, jazz, yo, yeah. They think they're cool. They're like, yeah, they're snapping off beat, and they're just like, yeah, they're I can dig it, man. Yo, cool cat daddy. They start talking family. That same jazz was heavily surveillanced. Heavily. When Vice wore tuxedos, it was charming, family. When Vice wore melanin, it was criminal. Think about that. If you were a gangster with a tuxedo on, you were allowed to pass go and collect $200. But if you were black in America, you were denied. It's point blank. The race reputation was just ridiculous, family. Italian mafia, secret society of honors. Small hat syndicate, business-minded rebels. Irish gangs, tough working class heroes. And then black hustlers, menace to society. That's how American codes morality, not by act, but by ancestry. Not by act, but by ancestry. Thank you for the likes. Let's get the likes up. Appreciate it. Appreciate the people that are in the room soaking up the game. I'm giving y'all the game, man. I'm putting this on my YouTube channel, so if y'all miss anything, just go back and watch the replay on the YouTube channel. But family, I want y'all to understand again, I'm just stressing the point. I'm over stressing the point. Black people and crime should not even be in the same, should never be in the same sentence. Should never be in the same room at the same time. Because we weren't the criminals. We were not the criminals. Family, by the late 1920s, all major criminal groups were cooperating. Sicilians supplied protection. The small hats were the accountants that handled the books. The Irish were the politicians opening doors. Corrupt law enforcement kept the peace. All five of these people, all five of them, Sicilian, small hat, Irish, all four, Irish politicians, Irish police officers, all of them were in on it all. One hand washed the other, family. That's exactly what was going on. And through it all, foundational Black American workers, the port loaders, the driver, the club musician became the fall guy. we became the scapegoat of it all. They were romanticized and fantasized about, but Black Americans, we carried the blunt of their criminal tactics. We carried the blunt of the blame. Police raided spaces first. Courts punished us hardest. And history recorded us last, family. They made us the name and the face of all their degeneracy. And I've just proven it. I'm just proving it. I'm slow cooking it. I'm probably overcooking it, but I'm proving it. I'm proving it. So let's be clear. Organized crime wasn't a Black creation. It was a white tea export refined by immigrants and baptized in American greed. It ran smoother than the government office. It was capitalism without consequences. And anytime we move to that type of style, capitalism without conscience, that always, 9 out of 10 times, is bad for foundational Black Americans. And when the smoke cleared, America didn't dismantle it. It simply absorbed it into its own mythology, family. Because crime, when organized by power, becomes called business. But when survival is organized by Black people, it becomes called criminality. That is the difference, family. That's it. Family, I just want to tell you, all I'm saying is what I've been saying. There's been a black hand, a dark cloud over the Black American community. It wasn't anything that we manufactured. It was something that they manufactured. They put that dark cloud over us. The media helped put that dark cloud over us. The dominant society of that time helped put that dark cloud over us, family. We're innocent. There is no such thing as Black crime because we didn't bring crime. There is no such thing as Black scam because Black Americans weren't the ones scamming. Keep it a buck. All that stuff was imported, not exported. So with that being said, family, listen. I'm not going to take up too much time. I know this could probably one of my shortest episodes ever. But I got a long list of things I need to talk about. Okay? A long list of things I need to talk about, family. And we're not even done with episode 2. We're not even close to done. If I've been saying episode 3, I meant episode 2. We're not even done with episode 2. We got a long way to go because I'm going to slow cook this thing. So without any doubt, anybody who watches this series without any doubt is going to know that Black people are the scapegoats and we're innocent of everything they're saying we do. We are the most exonerated. That should let you know something right there. Not only are we the most convicted, we are the most exonerated. Because they're finding out that we did not do the stuff they said we did. It's just what it is. We got blamed for it. But we weren't the ones responsible. Hey, family, listen. Quick announcements real quick before we get out of here. FBA coin. We're on our NFT run right now. We're seeding the LP. We have a phenomenal coin, family. When I tell you this thing is phenomenal. It's here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. We're in the midst of raising our LP. We want to get the LP seeded by the end of this week. Help us reach that mission. If you're a foundational Black American, we want you to go to our website, fbacoin.org. Check out the website. Join the Telegram. Holler at us. Talk to us. If you see us in the VC, definitely join. Definitely speak with us. We'll let you know exactly what's going on. We're ready to go, though, family. We're not playing around. We're ready to go. Everything I told you I was going to do, I did it. I kept my word. Now I'm saying, family, help us launch this coin so it can do phenomenal things for our community. Other things, family, that I guess we need to talk about real quick is music. I got music coming out, family, real soon. Probably next month. I might release a single. I'm just trying to figure out which single I want to release. I got some bangers. I'm still I'm pretty much coming up to being done with the album. I got some bangers for y'all. But I want you to understand that this heat that I'm coming with, it has a different energy to it. This what I'm bringing you is that music that's going to entertain you, but it's going to educate you as well. It's going to empower you. It's coming with a different feeling, with a different essence. You got tethers that'll say things like, why are you making anti-black music? I'm not making no anti-black music. I'm empowering foundational Black Americans. I'm infusing the Black consciousness in the people that hear that hear the message, that hear the songs. So check out my Spotify. I'm on all major streaming platforms, by the way. But check out the album FBA Only. I have another album also called Too Much for TV. Check those two albums out. If you want to get to it just real quick, just type in TOOO Much Moxie MOXIE, and it'll pull up everything I've done as far online. Also, family, stay tuned. The music that I'm having, I'm gonna put on an NFT, and you guys will be able to get them in NFT form. So that's amazing in itself right there too. But family, I'm tired. I ain't gonna front. I'm tired. I need to go lay it down. I'm old. Maybe I'm old or something. I need to lay it down early. I'm already dozing. I just want y'all to. I just want to make sure y'all get this game that I'm throwing down, because listen, nobody's talking like this. I'm the only one bringing this type of information to the people, and just take advantage of it while you can. Shout out to BX. Take advantage of it while you can. This is some real stuff we're talking about. Thank you for the likes, family. I'm about to get up out of here though. I'm tired. I just want to make sure I get this video done. My videographer is like, hey man, you need to do more videos. I'm like, all right man, I'll do some videos. But I want to make sure I hit on this series. Tomorrow we're going to go more into the bootlegging and the organized crime and the street war to empire type of thing. We're going to go more into that as we continue the series. I might even talk about something different, just depends on what's a pressing topic that I want the people to know about. But we're going to continue the series nonetheless. We're going to take our time. We're going to slow cook. Family, it's not about rushing anything. It's just about getting it right. That's all it's about. It's about getting the information out to the people and having it in video form that y'all can go back to it at any time and have it available. So listen up, family. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to rock out to some music as we're about to get off the scene. Black Mirror, Foreign Lens. Let's go.
See, when they say we all black, they really mean we want what you got. They don't want the burden.
If y'all want me to release this one as a single, y'all let me know.
They ain't lost.
Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to release this one as a single, because I'll release it.
They chant the motherland, but don't walk in watts. Ain't no customs fee when they gentrify plots. Got tribal cloth, but no cloth in the street. That ain't black pride, that's cosplay elite. You got heritage yet, mimic our strength. Sip our slang.
All right, family. Y'all take care. Peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. Have a good night.